Hey, what's up guys? Austin back here. Another video. Just a second. Alright, so go ahead and get everything set up here that I'm going to kind of go over. Special announcement also. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to talk about breaking down lakes here. Like Laurel, Cumberland, places like that. Places I actually know. Before I forget, dip of the video. Copenhagen original long cut. Got some of that good stuff up in the lip. So we're coming up on a time where anybody can go out there and catch them. Here about this time next month, prime time. If the weather stays great. Hopefully it is. Now my next video is going to be a big video. Be sure to check in that. Going to be the biggest video ever on the channel. But what can you catch them on? Now I'm going to talk about it. So y'all hear me talk about the X Pride and the Stratic. You don't need that. You don't need it. So we're just going to put this aside. This is a time where I get away from that stuff. You know, I like throwing 2.8 Kitex. I get away from throwing that. You know, I like using a Dominky. I get away from throwing that. This time of year we're coming up on a time of year where I like to go big or go home. I throw 3.3 Googans. I throw 3.8 Googans. The only time I really go small is on my A-rig. Usually it's at least 3 inch or up. I don't go over a 4 though, usually. Sometimes I'll throw a 4.8, not over that. I have to really be feeling it to go that big. Usually my max is a 4. Usually I like to stay at that 3 inch, 3.3 range. And just a standard swim bait head that I make. So swim bait's always on my rod. I know a lot of people catches them on small stuff. I get away from it myself. I'm not going to tell y'all not to throw it. That's why I'm throwing it in the video here. But me and my buddy Ethan, we actually made these Ned Rig heads. Look great. Stand up amazing. But Ned Rig, always a good option. Shaky head, in my opinion, is always a good option. That's when your spinning gear can come in. Usually, I ain't even got a spinning rod in my hand. This is a time of year where I'm comfortable going out there, taking all casting rods. It's just that time for me. So let's see here. This is something I don't throw unless it's a dead heat of summer. It's just a big worm, like a 10-inch ribbon tail or a curly tail worm, whatever you want to call it. So that box there ain't going to help you none. Got so many boxes, I don't know what I got. And this ain't even half of it. So it's in here. Well, I see it. It's just hollow body frogs and stuff like that. I got my Spros, all that good fun stuff. Live target. That's not going to help you none until summer. So, here we go. Now we're getting into something. So, this is something y'all have probably not seen. I got the first one that ever hit the shelf. I was there at the right time. He had just put these on the shelf. I bought the very first one. It's a Yum A-Rig. but it has Colorado blades instead of willow leaf. Now, it is a smaller A rig. I know a lot of people likes that really big one. I like I like a big one myself. But while everybody's throwing that big one, I'm gonna be throwing that little one. And I paired it with 16-ounce VMC Moon Eyes and 2-inch Kitex. 2-inch. Because that there's something you don't see every day. Alright, see it's in here. Alright, so this box ain't really going to help y'all none. I don't think. It's just a bunch of crankbaits. To me, the wrong kind of crankbaits. It's square bills, deep divers, DT6s, DT16s. That's all that's in that box. I won't be throwing that. I'm just going to show y'all what I'd be throwing. Then I'm going to do my top 5 at the end. Swim bait heads. Swim bait heads and a spoon. These here I found at B&K Tackle right outside Nancy. Great people over there. Big shout out to them hooking me up. But these here is P-line spoons. Yes, P-line makes a spoon. I got a couple of them to try. I don't know what I'm doing with a spoon. I just kind of know when to throw it. Don't know how to use it. I'm sure you just drop it down and hop it up and down. But I'm actually going to experiment with that a little bit. I got 4 of them. Underspan. This is a really great time to break out that underspan. If y'all watch Kicking Their Bass TV, you know he loves a fish head spin underspan, or he used to. This is a great way to catch ledge bass, suspended fish, or just fish in general. It ain't gotta be suspended or ledge fish. I've caught a lot of fish on fish head spins. Now, y'all hear me talk and 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 talk about my mold, my double ring round ball mold. You know they're at Dog Patch. Go pick you up some. Now, we're coming up on a time of year I don't really like throwing that one. Because I like going back in the backs of creeks, backs of coves, where it's water running in. This is the time of year here in Kentucky, especially the London area, where we get a lot of rain. I mean, a lot of rain. So you're not going to be fishing the clearest water. I'll go ahead and tell you. Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and fish the water the color of that can right there either. But I'm telling y'all what works for me. I go on the backs of coves, backs of creeks, and necks, and I actually throw the Harrington head. It's pointed. The reason why I throw the Harrington head over the double ring round ball is because this actually has just a little bit of wobble to it. It's going to be just like the Reaction Innovation Skinny Dipper. I think that's it. If you ever watch them and other swim baits, that's not like made like a Kitech, Eco Pro Tungsten, a Strike King Rage Swimmer, that's not connected like they are. They have just a little bit of wobble coming through the water, just like that. So that's why I throw out Harrington head, because in my opinion, the more water displacement you can move in dirty water, the better you are. The largemouths able to fill it with their lateral line and key in on it really, really well. But that's just me. Whatever floats your boat. Leave y'all's comments down there in the comment section if you don't mind. Another thing is, if y'all are going fishing right now and you ain't got a jerk bait on, go to Dog Patch Trading Post. Go to Kurt Singer, Sunrise Outfitters. Go to Sourbrook Outdoors. Go to BK Lures. Go to Kentucky Outdoorsman, The Tackle Spot, Cabela's, Bass Pro. Order from Tackle Warehouse. Academy. There you go. Get you some jerk baits. Jerk baits. Now, you ain't gotta have the best ones. I have a mixed variety here. I have this here is just a cheap Smithwick Rogue. Those there goes for about $7. That's about the cheapest you're gonna get a good jerk bait. Is Smithwick Rogue. Um, Coming up behind that, right around the $8-9 range, is a Rapala Shadow Rap. This here was my very first jerk bait I ever bought. Little story behind this, and I'm not ever going to throw it anymore. I don't know why it's in my box. But I've had this jerk bait since freshman year. My freshman year of high school. First tournament I ever fished. First time I actually got into bass fishing seriously. Had to get this. Um, didn't know what I was doing with it. I was trying to work it like a spook. Big mistake. December the 3rd, 17 degrees, water temp, I think 42 on Cumberland. But even this is a great option. I'm not wanting to throw this unless I have to, because this here holds memories of my first ever tournament. Um, Moving on, this here is a Lucky Craft. Yes, this is a little Lucky Craft SP pointer. That there goes for about $15. This here's one they don't make no more. It's a Strike Pro Jumper 110 SP. Never threw it. This here's a Spro and Table Rock. Now here is probably the best jerk bait for the money that you cannot beat, in my opinion. 13 fishing Loco Special 110. Goes 6 to 9 foot. I've caught a lot of fish on these. My first ever jerk bait fish I caught was actually on that one right there. I mean, me and Dad got our butts handed to us on Laurel one day. Well, we went in Sowerbrook, and this guy I seen at the ramp, he said, "Yeah, call him on jerk bait." Well, ended up, he went into Saddlebrook, and I kind of watched what he got. Well, he got that color. He got like 4 of them. So I knew they was on that color. Well, I said, "Hey, Dad," I said, "that's what they're hitting." He said, "Alright, you gonna get one?" I said, "Yeah." He got one, I got one. We went to Laurel like the next weekend, lit them up. Then I went back and bought this one, kind of like a Tennessee Shad. Now, this here's something new that this came out at Dog Patch Trading Post. I actually picked some of these up. It's made out of a Mega Bass blank. Well, back up. Hold on. This here is actually called a Headhunter. It is from Tackle Warehouse. Those go for like $9. But these here you can actually pick up at Dog Patch Trading Post. I got 4 of them. I got one on a rod down there and got these in my box. These is expensive, but they are a Mega Bass blank. Y'all know Mega Bass run like $23 to $25. These here you can get them at Dog Patch for like $17.98. This here's just your standard Vision 110. This here is a can't remember the color, smallmouth something. That's that one. This here's can't even remember, heron something. Got that one, and then this one here is called something Lucky. Got that one. And then I have one on my rod down there. It's just that smallmouth color again. Alright, moving on. So you can't fish spring without a spinner bait. Pretty cheap. You can go to Walmart, get them. Saddlebrook, get them. So I'm just going to go over some of my favorite colors really quick. And favorite sizes. So I stick to the philosophy of keep it simple, stupid. So, white and chartreuse, or just standard white. That's why I throw. I like 1/2 ounce. I like 3/8 ounce. It's not really that hard. The reason why I like those is because if I want to fish back in wood, I can. I can throw it on a casting rod. I make a good long cast, get a good hook set, um, and everything like that. So, this here is an odd time for a jig. Uh, I love throwing a jig. I always have a jig on my rod. Uh, but again, more than likely going to be muddy water. So, what I suggest to you guys is, again, keep it simple, stupid. Muddy water calls for muddy water colors. Black and blue, your June bug, stuff like that. Something like a gill pattern, kind of like this, maybe. That's what I would throw, especially on Cumberland, where it's muddy. Any other time of the year, I'm going to stick to something that's invitating a crawl because not all your crawls is changing yet. So I'm going to go like black, brown, amber with some red. I'm going to go with some orange and like a pumpkin or something like that. So that's pretty easy. This here's just another jig box. Pretty simple. Now, my favorite. My absolute favorite. Let's see if y'all can read. Nope, that's rough. Spur rock crawler. Dives 9 to 14 foot. Throw it on 10-pound line. Awesome. I'm actually going to have one of these on. Colors I'd throw. Again, well, that ain't a spro there. Alright. Y'all ready for this? This is going to hurt me right here. You and ask Josh Adams. I caught a lot of fish on this color last year. Me and him fishing laurel. We'd take turns throwing this in the A-rig. Man, should I do it? I think I'm going to do it. Ooh. You cannot buy that color. Just get you some magic markers or paint markers. Color that bill red. Leave this. Then you're just going to offset it. Black, red, black, red, black, red. Then you're going to do red, red. And then on the other side, same thing. Dot them dots on the back and then draw you a line. You got it. That color that's actually colored up right there is called Spring Crawl. This here, I'm actually excited to try. It's going to be kind of like the same deal. This here is a hot mater crawl. I actually picked up a couple that I'm excited to try. That there, not for sure what it's called, but I say it'll work. I just wish it didn't have the matte finish. This here is actually another brand. Can't think of it. These here's cheaper than Spro. You can get these at BK Tackle at a Nancy. Not for sure what it's called. It has a little bit of chartreuse, red and black, black back, and just a red belly. I got that one. I got this one. Just kind of green pumpkin and black with an orange tip. And then I got this one here. Orange tip, kind of like a clear brownish red. Excited to try those out. Some other things that came out by Spro is that in there. If I can catch fish on that, I don't know what I'll do. Because that is the ugliest crankbait I've ever seen. But I was making nothing before it ever came out. I just put silver on it. Alrighty. So, of course, you're going to have a crawl trailer or a chunk trailer on your jig. I like a rage crawl. Shaky head, Ned rig, y'all already know that deal. Flipping box, not going to get into that. That's summertime deal. Alright, so now we are going to go over the top 5. My top 5 pick for springtime fishing in Kentucky on Laurel Lake, Lake Cumberland, and all the surrounding lakes. Alrighty, so number 1, rock crawler. the color I'm going to be throwing right there. Number 2, Alabama rig. Alabama rig with 1/8 ounce heads on the top, a quarter in the center, 2 quarters on the bottom. You're going to run 2.8 Kitex on the top and 3-inch Kitex on the bottom. Alright, so number 3, spinnerbait. More than likely going to be throwing that white and chartreuse. That white and chartreuse is hard to beat in muddy water. Or you can always go with a big thump, like this big Colorado blade right there. Alright, so we're at 3. Number 4, jerk bait. And then number 5, swim bait. So that's unusual for me not to include a spinning rod in that, or anything like that. The rods I'd actually take would be, and I'm just going to do 5 rods. I'm going to take the Savage Gear Browser Corrado 631. This here's going to have an A-rig on it. I'm going to have a Shimano Corrado 7'2", medium heavy, and a Shimano Chronarch for my swim bait. For my jerk bait, I'm going to have, come on baby, there we go. For my jerk bait, I'm going to be throwing a 6'6" medium Cashin CRT with this Fitzgerald reel and 8-pound line. Yes, 8-pound line. Why? It's thin. That jerk bait's going to get down deeper than what a lot of people's going to be getting their jerk baits down to. Alright, so it's 3. Alright, so rock crawler. What am I going to have for the rock crawler? I would actually trust either one of these rods. My first choice is going to be a Denali rocker rod, 7-foot medium, and this big old pearl, the old Bantam Chronarch, boys. Alright. So, moving on here. And spinnerbait. Good old spinnerbait, boys. Gonna be a 7-foot, medium heavy. A heavy will work, because I'm going to be throwing it in the backs of stick-ups. I'm going to be coming over trees. Basically, I'm going to fish that spinnerbait as if I was a rock crawler or square bill. I want it to hit anything and everything I possibly can. Because I have that A-rig for more open water. I have a spinnerbait to get tight to the bank to actually cast the backing brush with. And I'm going to be throwing 14-pound line. This here's a 7-foot Quantum Tour PT Edition, medium heavy. It's actually more like a heavy. And then it's a Sadawa Tatula SV, 8-1. Make sure you do have a fast ratio on your spinnerbait. The reason for that is I know I'm going to get hate comments or people texting me, "You're an idiot, dude." No, I'm actually pretty daggone smart, first of all. But when you get a fish back in the stick-ups, whether it's in the back stick-ups in Marsh Branch or Fall Creek on Cumberland or anywhere, you need to get that fish out fast. The reason why, you see them stick-ups like that, chances are it's a log jam underneath them. I actually lost a really good fish on a buzzbait due to that. Don't play them. Do not play with them. When you feel him, set the hook and just start bringing him in. Keep in mind, 14-pound line. It wouldn't hurt to go up to 20. Why? Because dirty water, they're not going to really see it, honestly. I like the 8 pound line because it is thin, but that ain't why I fish it. Reason why I fish it this time of year on jerk bait ain't because it's thin, ain't because I need that thin line. It is because I actually want that jerk bait to get down deeper in the water column. But that's about it, guys. Please stay tuned to the next video. Um, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a nice one. Put it like that. It's gonna be a video that hold a lot of memories. Some of y'all done known. Put it on my Snapchat story. If y'all done known, do not comment it. Please don't run it for the rest of them. But nonetheless, thank y'all for watching this. As always, give God all the glory. Be safe, have fun, have a good day, do something nice with somebody, please. And check out Dog Patch Trading Post, Kurt Singer Sunrise Outfitters, The Tackle Spot, Saddlebrook Outdoors, BK Lures, Kentucky Outdoorsman, and I think that's it. I'm out, y'all. Boom.